truth about what I do for videos. So Sadie just had her first outdoor bear encounter. Black bear, 100 feet from camp, up the road. All right, well today I'm doing something I never do.
There ain't nobody gonna do it for you. Got to find your own.
All right, just a quick rest stop. I pulled off in, I think, Twin Flats, just because it looked like an interesting little town, but found this little park. Damn it, I don't think I got it. So I was drawn to signs that said a boat launch because we have been crossing the Kootenay, I think, river. So I was drawn to this little town partly because I was like, okay, we'll stop at the riverfront. But what we're heading, and then I saw signs for a boat launch. But what Ralph just said is that we're heading toward the source of the Columbia River, Columbia Lake, and the source of the Columbia River. So that's cool. Or rather fortuitous stop. Can't believe there's no dogs allowed. What kind of crap is that? Dogs are people too. Oh, do we have to pay?
Video protected.
Wow, it's beautiful.
You know, with so much sort of darkness and sadness in the world at the moment, you know, I was, you know, we were writing about Daryl, but also we're getting such a great response to...
Sorry, puppy, you're not allowed. They're mean. I'll be back. A fun but quick little stop. It's really chilly out. It is very, very chilly out. Got to see some parasailers, got to see a beautiful lake, the beginning of the Hudson. So Ralph's, no, the Hudson, I keep saying the Hudson, the Columbia. Ralph said it goes north before it goes south to the US. You can't see them out there. They're parasailing. All right.
thrill of a patriotic moment. What sports moment has us primed for a celebration?
I keep hearing, this is the year. This is the year that the Leafs are going to win. This is the year. But they're never going to win. You know why? Because they are called Leafs, not Leaves.
The Oklahoma City Thunder in the NBA? It is indeed. Yes. It is a basketball thing. The headline reads, the case for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to win NBA MVP.
Okay, Google. Navigate to Savon in Golden, British Columbia.
Alright, save on. Video protected.
You gonna be okay when we go shopping? You gonna be okay? We're gonna go shopping with Uncle Ralph. Okay?
Your lights are on.
Oh, thank you. Do I need $1?
I don't think so here.
I have one. I found one. Like, it's been floating around my rig since the last time I was in Canada.
That's an actual money?
Hang on, I'll come out.
That's a quarter.
Oh, it's a quarter?
Yeah. That's laundry money.
It's a Canadian quarter.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wait, I think I have a Canadian dollar.
Toonie, $2.
I had it in my hand looking for money.
Not a Canadian.
That's not a Canadian. Oh. just picking up a few groceries. Camp is only not even an hour away from here. I scouted a spot, and interestingly enough, it was near a spot that Ralph had scouted. So we've got a couple options in the area that we're going, and we're supplying up. The next stop is water and dump station and hopefully propane. But we're not sure we're going to be able to get propane today because it's a holiday. Oh, come on. So this dude's just parked here. I said water. You know what? I guess we're gonna fill up some water then. And I'm also not gonna get gas here. I said water at the end of the building. Oh, way over there. Okay. It's okay. Alright. I prefer to run all my errands in the morning when I'm fresh. I am very much a morning person. I have all my energy, all my patience, what little I have, in the morning. I wish I could fit everything in a day before noon. And by late afternoon, which is like 3 o'clock for me, especially after driving all day, I get tired and I have a lot less patience. I'm a little off my normal routine because I am traveling with someone else. So, kind of teaming up and doing things. And there were a couple places on the way I could have checked out for water and dump, and I didn't. Because I'm traveling in a pair. So it's not as easy to just veer off when I want to veer off, and I have to stick to a plan. And this was the plan. So now, no water and dump today, but that's okay. I don't need it right away. It just means I can't stay at my next camp as long as I want. And now, same thing with propane, but I'm going to go try to get propane and see if we can get that done. Blocked. Oh my God. Wow. Is there another way around?
Turn left onto Station Avenue. Take the next left onto Station Avenue. Take the next right onto British Columbia 95 North, then turn right onto Trans-Canada Highway. Continue on British Columbia 1 East for 25 kilometers. next right onto Beaverfoot Road, Beaverfoot Forest Service Road. Continue on Beaverfoot Road for 3 kilometers.
Video protected.
What was that warning to the public? Oh my God.
In 2 kilometers, your destination will be on the right.
So I want to pull over and have a little powwow with Ralph. There are campsites on this side of the bridge on Overlander, but there's a lot of people over here. So I just want to check with him, make sure he's good with going a little further down the road. It's been a long day.
Okay, never mind. I guess we'll keep going. Oh yeah, there's a lot of people out here.
Powwow concluded. We're moving on.
destination will be on the right. Your destination is on the right.
All right, another little meeting to see if he's okay with this site or if he wants to keep moving. And it's a really big site, so we'll also figure out who goes where. All right, this is home for a while. I'm just getting level now. I'm a little close to the road. Ralph has a nice site a little further back, tucked in the woods. Because my rig is bigger, I often get first choice of where to go because maneuverability isn't as good as Ralph. And in this case, it doesn't really matter, so I deferred to him, let him have the first pick this time. And he's got a nice little spot.
Yeah, I like it. It's good. I've got nothing to munch on.
What? You just at a grocery store.
I know, but I was really good.
Oh, wow.
I only bought, well, except for the pizza. I bought the pizza.
Yeah, I always have a thing of nuts for munchies.
I mean, I have walnuts. I have, but I didn't buy anything good.
Oh, like cookies.
No, like cashews. Or,
Like
yeah, cookies.
cherry turnovers. You know.
Oh my god.
Just to randomly making something I bought. But I don't know if you can eat those without suffering.
Probably not. Alright. Okay, what do you think? Let's make some room in here. Oh, wait. Not here? Oh, right, right. Alright, I'm all unpacked. Wow, it's been a really long day. And even though it is still really sunny outside, it's 9 o'clock, believe it or not. It's getting dark later up here already, but it's time for me to just be a vegetable. I'm gonna watch some TV. What do you want to watch, Sadie girl? Oh no! Oh no! I can't access my streaming services. Oh, wait a minute! All I have to do is change my Surfshark country. Thank God I have Surfshark. And just like that, I'm transported back into the United States. Well, at least my internet connection is. So Surfshark VPN not only allows you to virtually transmit from anywhere in the world, you can be in Bangladesh if you want. It is a must-have these days for online security. So like I just showed you, I'm in Canada and my streaming services wouldn't allow me to access from Canada. So using Surfshark VPN, I could say, okay, I'm from the United States, and voila, it worked. Which could be really important in uncertain times, regardless of where you are in the country. And if you're really worried that certain news and facts might not be accessible in the future, a VPN is an excellent way to be able to access information. The other thing about having a VPN is it keeps you safe while you're browsing the internet. This virtual private network encrypts all of your information from your keyboard all the way across the internet and all the different sites that you visit, all the way to your financial institutions, etc. It's really important, especially if you are logging on to public Wi-Fi. It's super easy, even on your own Wi-Fi. It is really easy to spy on people these days, to steal your information, to steal your identity. So Surfshark VPN is a way to stay safe. And if you want even more security while you're browsing the internet, you can sign up for Surfshark Antivirus, another great option from Surfshark. If you want to get started protecting yourself online today, use the link in the video description below and my discount code CarolynsRV for 4 months extra absolutely free. And they offer a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you've got nothing to lose except your identity if you don't get Surfshark. And also, if you don't quite know, if it's a little too technical for you, don't worry. They have 24/7 customer support, so if you ever get stuck, if you ever have a question, Surfshark is there. Thanks, Surfshark, for sponsoring today's video. I think I'm going to watch, what am I going to watch? MASH? I'm out of good stuff to watch. What are you guys watching these days? Seriously, like, I've watched everything good, so I'm watching MASH reruns again for the millionth time. Let me know in the comments what you guys are watching.
Every once in a while, I treat myself on a long travel day to pizza. It's vegan, gluten-free pizza by Donna, and it's pretty good if you don't eat real pizza anymore. So Sadie just had her first outdoor bear encounter. Black bear. We were walking just a couple 100 feet from camp up the road, and I saw it off on the side of the road, and I called her back, but I feel like just as I called her back, she saw it and went after it, and it looked like a mom and 2 cubs, and it ran, and I was able to call her off. And so I went back into the rig. I had her leash on me and the whistle. I had to use the whistle too. And the mama and the cubs ran, just like 99.999% of the time they do. And so I went back in the rig and grabbed some treats. It's a good training opportunity. So we came back out on the leash to exactly where the bears were. And I just sat there with her on the leash. She was excited, wanted to pull, wanted to go, and what I did is just sat there. She looked around, she's excited, she wants to go, and waited for her to look at me, and then I gave her a treat. And then she was like, oh, okay. So she looked around a little bit, and then she sat and looked at me, and I gave her another treat. And then she looked around, sat again, looked at me, gave her another treat, and then she was calm enough to move forward. That's how I've desensitized her to cows, to horses. She did really well for a few days at our last camp with deer, and then the last day she decided that they were fun to chase. I mean, I called her off, but I think what happened is when she was out exploring on her own, you know, within a probably quarter-mile radius of camp, she took a long time one day to come when I called her. I think she chased one, and she was like, oh, these things are fun! Huh. So, yes. Your first bear encounter outside. She has seen them from the window. You know, there was that time in Colorado, I saw cubs coming down a tree really close, but I don't think she saw it. And something was rustling in the bushes, so I think Mama was close, but I don't think she saw it. So, no, I don't carry bear spray. I should in grizzly country, but I don't have any, and I haven't stopped to buy any. But I'm not going to be in grizzly country much longer. So in grizzly country, I do carry bear spray. If you'll remember Denali, I'll put the link to the video description below. I had me some bear spray. But I have so much experience with black bears, I don't feel it's necessary.
Like I said, 99.99% of the time they run. I even read something recently, I'll have to find the source again, that said they aren't as aggressive, even with cubs, as people think. That, you know, they let researchers go in and take the cubs. I don't know. I'll have to see if I can find that source again and see what it was. But it looked like a scientific study, but I didn't dig down deep. But my experience has been that one time in Colorado with the cubs, coming down a tree, looking straight at me. She's running around. And just now, Mama, and they want to go. They don't want anything to do with us. Look. Beautiful. That's the thing that people don't understand. They don't want anything to do with us. I mean, unless you get too close. But even just now, she got within 30 feet. No, more than that. Maybe 50 feet. And I was, I don't know, maybe 100 yards away. No, not quite that from the mom. I was close enough to see mom. I saw her through the trees. You know, sometimes like when you're walking, especially in bear country, any wild animal, you're constantly looking around, and a lot of times I see shadows. I'm like, is that a bear? Is that a bear? And same thing happened. I was like, oh, there's a black something up there. Is that a bear? And it moved. It ran. And then two little ones went scurrying. So, yeah. Huh, Sadie girl. Her first bear encounter in the wild. And for those of you who maybe don't remember, the reason I'm not terrified out of my mind for me or Sadie right now. Yeah, I came out and walked right past it again. Well, it was gone by then. I was on a hiking trip one time with Capone, walking up the super steep trail. Capone was ahead of me. And this 400-pound bear just went hauling ass across the trail, and Capone chased it. Capone, 50-pound, whatever he was, 7 or 8 year old Capone, chased off a 400-pound bear. They want nothing to do with us or our dogs. I mean, if she had continued to chase, then yeah, the mama, hey, blah. The mama might have turned. Good girl. Good girl. You are such a good girl. Come on. But yeah, if she had continued to chase, Mama and her cubs, Mama might have turned. But her recall is good. I mean, it's not her fault. She's never encountered a bear, and she didn't, it's not her. Her instinct is to chase. But I called her off. She came back. Mama ran with her cubs, and she came back. Huh. But I am carrying a whistle and her leash. And I came out with both of these first thing because I knew the chances were pretty good. All right. Sadie, come. You are so good. You are so good. It's a little harder when you're excited and distracted, huh? It is a little harder when she's distracted, and we don't practice like this so much anymore because we don't really need to, but it's a good time to kind of prime her right now. Now that she knows that I might call it, she's going to be more in tune with me. So I think that'll help. Yeah. What do you think? Another train. This has been the season of train camps for me. Well, this is the second one. Second or third? I feel like there was another camp with train. I think it was only think this is only the second. The other one was the last camp, the only camp in Montana. By the way, when I crossed the border, they asked if I had any bear spray. So even if I did, I would have had to give it up. So just so you know, if you do travel with bear spray, you're not allowed to cross the border with it. So I would have had to stop somewhere here and buy bear spray anyway. And I suppose I could have. Where were we? Maybe Cranbrook? I might have been able to find a store for bear spray, but didn't even think about it. Come on, Sadie girl. There's tents back there. Somebody's camped. Coming in, there were a lot of camps all up and down the river. I think, well, we're really close to Banff. And it's a popular place for recreational people, but also I wonder if there are some full-timers out here. Like people living out here. Could be. Let's go find the bridge. I feel like I need to clarify something again. I came back to where the bears had been to desensitize her. If the bears were still there, if they were still grazing, I would not have been there. I don't approach wildlife like that, but I saw them run away. So, I mean, who knows? They were probably, I don't know how far away they would have ran, but they ran. And also, Sadie, I said Sadie chased them. She ran after them. I feel like that's different. Chase means, like, to me, like they were running and she was chasing after them. But in fact, she saw them and her haunches were up. She was like, what the hell is this big black thing? And these two little fuzzballs. She went after them because she didn't know what they were. She's only encountered them from inside. And viewed them as a threat from the inside, growling at them and barking at them. So, in her mind, they're a threat, and this is a really good opportunity to desensitize her to maybe counteract, because anything that stands outside, that one bear in Colorado a few years ago, man, did not move. Just stood there. Sadie's losing her mind behind the window. And the bear's just standing there. Weird that it's not leaving. Hi. Just looking. So wasn't phased in the least bit. So this is a good opportunity. Anything that comes near the RV, especially if it doesn't leave right away, is a threat. She is very territorial of our RV. She's very protective of me. And so this was a really good opportunity. The smell was still there. The experience was still fresh. 5 minutes before, she had seen them there. So she was still very excited. Her haunches were still up. And they weren't there anymore. So it was a good opportunity. I wouldn't have done it if they were still there. That would have been too dangerous for us, me and SADIE, and also just too invasive of the mama and her cubs. So, and the way I look at it, especially with mama and her cubs, it's good practice. They're going to have to learn to run from coyotes and other predators. So, this is good practice. You see a four-legged thing running after you, leave. Huh. Wow, what a beautiful freaking place. A lot of traffic. It's a recreation area, but beautiful. My dog, trying to tell her she can chase little critters, but not big ones. Hey, she's in there somewhere. Where are you? So we're coming up on where the bears were, so I'm going to put her on a leash. And I don't know where they are. They may have come back after we pass. I'm going to put her on a leash just to be safe. I don't want her to bother them. Come on, now that we know they're here. Hey, yeah, we could just try to chain you, but you know what? Yeah, I could just voice control you, but I don't think we're there yet. This will be easier to train you. All right. Come on, let's go on the other side of the road. Oh, she was looking over here. I mean, they could be anywhere. But I think most likely knowing, because I was yelling at SADIE to come. And so I think knowing that there's a dog and a human right here, they're probably long gone. But you never know. Honestly, I'm kind of hoping to see him again. Because I didn't really, they were pretty far away and behind a bunch of brush. Yeah, they're long gone. They were right on this road, right in here. You can see our camp. That's Ralph's rig. Alright, they're gone. Oh, fresh tire tracks out here. Oh, look at that. Oh. Yeah, so they were literally right here. And we had just come out of camp right there. Oh my God, this is beautiful. Come on. And no, I'm not afraid of black bears. I'm not. I can't even count at this point how many encounters I've had with black bears. By myself, in the wilderness, in the middle of nowhere, with nothing but a backpack. Oh wait, is that true? Well, the one with Capone. I'm trying to think. I think the other bear encounters I have been with people backpacking. you know, in the couple that I've had in my RV life. I had one on the Upper Peninsula. Never saw it. Stole my garbage. I had it in a canvas bag, and it came in the middle of the night and tried to drag it away. Sadie scared it away, so it dropped the bag, but there were teeth marks in it. They punctured it. And yeah, lots backpacking with other people. A lot. Saw some hiking with Sadie in Colorado, but she didn't see them. Yeah, but anyway, I've had a lot of bear encounters. Enough to know that what their behavior is. They run. Every time. Hey, there's Ralph. Speaking of bears. Wait. That could be taken wrong. I mean, I'm so tired of the rain. Big fat raindrops. Oh. Oh, look at that. I had a feeling. Look at that. Huh? Not quite just raindrops. Look at that. BC has been the season of freaking rain. It has been so much rain. So I think it's rained every day since we've been here. And we've been here 10 days. Every day. I'm pretty sure it has rained every day. Wow. What do you think? You think there's frogs in there? That's only in New York. Be a good idea to check all my windows and cupboards, make sure I don't have any leaks. So far, nothing is leaking. In all the 10 days of rain. Come on, Sadie girl. I haven't had any leaks. But that one was pretty serious. Alright, well today I'm doing something I never do. Packing up camp to move just a couple miles up the road. Ralph did a 12-mile hike while I worked yesterday. 12 miles. The reason I chose this area is because there is a waterfall, a very beautiful waterfall. And I wasn't quite sure where it was in relation to camp. And Ralph tasked himself yesterday with going to find it. And he found it. And it's a 12-mile round trip, which he probably doesn't want to do again today. And I don't know. I mean, I haven't done it. I could do it, but it would hurt. My hips have been really hurting. Anyway, what we decided is to pack up camp and drive up to the trailhead. There's camping up there, and do the hike and stay there for the night. We're both really, really, really low on supplies. Propane especially, because when we got to Golden, the propane place was closed. And it was slim pickings kind of for propane. And it was a holiday, so the propane was closed. So we're both pretty low. So we knew our time here would be very limited, and I think we both are good for one more night. And then we're going to part for a little while. I'm going to go into Calgary because I want to see it. I'm here, I might as well. I want to go through Banff. I want to see it. I might as well. I'm not going to do a lot. But today, we're going to go see waterfalls. Yay! You want to go see waterfalls? Want to go on a little hike to some waterfalls? They're pretty spectacular. All right, but for now, I'm enjoying my second walk of the day. I already came out once with Sadie, let her go, and now we're out for a little bit of a longer walk, and then we'll pack up and move up the road. A soft pack. We'll call it a soft pack up. Pretty. Oh, and then main river is right there, not too far. Well, this is the life. How lucky am I? And to think that if I hadn't taken risks, I wouldn't be here. So let me ask you, what has playing it safe done for you? If I wasn't afraid to fail, and I fail a lot, but I just pick myself up and keep going and move on to the next adventure, the next challenge. And if I fail, I pick myself up again. And if I fail again, there's always, and if I fail again, there's always a turn on tape. You gonna take it home? I just thought of something funny I want to share with you. Over the years, I've gotten lots of people accusing me of doing things just for views. I got accused recently of putting Sadie at risk. I don't know how giving a dog her absolute best doggy life and spending hours and hours and hours committing to her training puts her at risk, but that I drive on crazy roads just for the views, that I take risks just for the views, that my whole life is about my YouTube channel, apparently. But I just thought of something really funny that I would share with you. You know what I do? The truth about what I do for videos, there's a lot of times I do things I don't want to do, and I'm like, you know what? It'll make good video, though. You know what those things are? The safe things. The national parks, the state parks, the hikes that everybody else does, the museums. The stuff that I do for my viewers is the stuff I probably wouldn't normally do. Although sometimes I will say it's a good excuse for me to do things I wouldn't normally do, you know, put myself out a little bit and do the more popular things. But that's the cold, hard truth. That I'm just out here living my most truest, most authentic life. And I'm sharing it with people. And the reason I share it with people, I think a lot of people have a hard time with a woman who is such a risk taker. I think there's a lot of truth to that. They want me to be docile. They want me to be afraid. They want me to be insecure. They want me to be afraid. And the fact that I'm not, that I'm out here living my life to the fullest, experiencing everything. I mean, I have experienced so much. The fact that I'm not afraid, especially I think when they're afraid, you know, the fact that I can just casually come out here and not worry about the bears. Yeah, well, when you've been hiking and backpacking for 20 years and you've had many bear encounters, you kind of stop being, you're respectful, you're cautious, you take precautions, but no, I'm not scared. I'm not scared. I'm not afraid of a black bear. So yeah, and I'm sharing all of this with you. I haven't done kind of like these societal expectations of women in a while. I haven't really talked about that. But especially being a YouTuber, I've experienced it over the years, and I'm kind of seeing an uptick again in comments about how stupid I am. I'm stupid. I don't think. I put myself and my dog at risk, and that's just bullshit. And anybody who watches me knows that that's bullshit. But what it means is that if you are a woman, you know what? And I just had a comment on somebody else's post on YouTube. It was another RV or van on Facebook. I mean, it was another RV or van page. And it was about older women going out and living in the desert in cars and vans. And this one guy was like, it's dangerous. So it's not just about me. It's not just about my channel. It's about this idea that women, especially as we get older, are fragile. And I'm thinking about you, Linda. There are women who are older than me, my mom's age, who want to go out and live this life. And we aren't fragile people who can't take care of ourselves. I mean, yes, there is some truth to the fact that we can be targeted by people who want to do us harm, but maybe focus on those people who want to do us harm rather than restricting us from living. And that's true for women in general. You know, why are we teaching women all these self-defense and be careful and don't wear this and don't go there after dark and don't do this? Why aren't we teaching men instead to stop being assholes? Why aren't we teaching men to just shut the hell up, leave us alone, stop hurting us, stop preying on us? Why aren't we focusing more on that? So, women and men, I have some men in my audience who can relate to all of this. Go out and live. Go out and live. And I've been talking about this in videos the last month or so. You never know what you're capable of until you start pushing beyond your comfort zone. And I've shared this with you before. Part of my sobriety, getting clean and sober, and my healing and my journey, and mostly that was through some really intense therapy, was learning that a big part of my addiction, well, there was a lot of layers to it, but part of it was the thrill of it. especially when I started getting into drugs. It was the thrill of it. Or maybe even when I first started drinking. And I took a lot of unhealthy risks. Unhealthy. I mean, even then, though, I think about, yeah, I could tell you a story around a campfire. I'm not going to share it here. But even then, when I was doing stupid shit, I took precautions. I was doing some pretty stupid shit that a lot of people, my therapist was concerned about me because I was still continuing to heal even after I got sober. But even then, I was taking precautions. I did a lot of research. Like, how do I not get killed doing this? And literally. And so I took precautions. But what I have learned in my recovery what I've learned in my recovery is that I need healthy risks. It keeps me excited. It keeps me engaged. It keeps me alive. Healthy risks are just, it's who I am. It's in my DNA. Well, risk taking. And now that I have learned to take healthy risks, hiking, backpacking, going out and doing what I love to do without waiting around for somebody else to do it with me. I'm afraid of bears, so I'm not going to go alone. Well, you know what? You learn how to take care of yourself should you encounter a bear. You start with going out with people. I didn't start this journey by going out solo. I started by going out with Sierra Club groups and learning how to be in the backcountry, learning what to do if a bear comes from more experienced people. And that's what has led me 20 or 30 years later. So I started backpacking when I was, in my mid-20s. Yeah, so 30 years later, here I am. It starts with baby steps. It starts with baby steps. But if you never take that first step, you never know what you can do. Yeah. So as women, people are going to tell us you can't, you shouldn't, you're being careless and reckless. But ask yourself, or ask them, would you say the same thing to me if I were a man? No, they wouldn't. It's also infantilizing. Infantilizing. I think that's the word, right? I want to put a Z in there for some reason. Infantilization. Yeah, infantilize. Oh, there is a Z in there. Infantilizing. It's infantilizing us. And it's a way, if you think about it, it's a way to keep the status quo in place. If they continue to infantilize us, convince us that we're weak, it keeps the power where it is. On mediocrity. It keeps the power with the mediocre. Because heaven forbid, a woman should be more courageous than men think they are. Yeah, something like that, right? Men think they're the ones who should have all the courage. Yeah, and the truth is, women are pretty damn courageous. Anyway, that's my morning, what's the word I'm looking for? Philosophizing. That's my morning philosophy here in BC near Banff. Gonna get back, get packed up real quick and head up the road, and we're gonna go to a waterfall. What do you think? Did any of that make any sense at all? I'm chatty. I've been chatty. It's beautiful.